in trances, going all to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Susan here, back with another amazing video. So you already know what it is. It's the giveaway video and also the get to know me tag, the most awaited video and the most anticipated video on my channel. I'm also super excited to film this video for you guys. I can't wait to get through the questions that you guys had asked. Like, you guys came through with the questions. We had like over 700 questions, you guys. Like, thank you so much for participating, to each and one of you. I'm so grateful for you guys who participated. I really appreciate you, and I hope in the future when we have another giveaway we can have more people participating. And please do stay tuned, because at the end of the video I'm gonna be announcing our winners. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. But for now, let's get into the get to know me thing. So these are all the questions you guys asked me. So you guys, I don't have a laptop, okay, so I really had to just print these questions out. Okay, I had to just print these questions out, and I couldn't answer all 700 of them, so I just picked like specific questions that I'll answer. And yeah, I hope the answers do satisfy you, and I hope that helps you get to know me more. And yeah, let's get into this video, and I hope you guys are enjoying. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. So I noticed that most of the questions were like repetitive, and like there were a lot of common questions that were coming up. So I'm just gonna start with those, because I feel like those are the things that you want to know more about me. So I'm gonna start off answering those questions. Okay, so the first question was, how old am I and how many siblings do I have? So I'm currently 30 years old. I was born on the 23rd of January 1995, and I just turned 30 this year. I have 5 siblings, so they are all girls. We are all girls, 6 of us. I do not have any brothers. Yeah. Where did I grow up? I was born in Livingstone, Zambia, at Livingstone UTH Hospital. Back then it was known as Batoka Hospital. Yeah, I was born in Livingstone, and I grew up here in Livingstone. Yeah, I did my schooling from here. Even my high school was here in Livingstone, and I only left for my 8th and 9th grade. That was back in 2006 to 2007, where I did my secondary school from Stephen Bolisha Girls School in Kawe. So I've stayed in Kawe for 2 years of my life, but other than that I've always been in Livingstone. Grew up here, went to school here. The only time I left Livingstone was for secondary school, and also for my university, which I did in China. So yeah, that's much about my family. My dad left his hometown. He was originally from Incase, so my dad left his hometown to come to Livingstone and work here, and so did my mom. My mom was from Kasama. She also left to come and work here in Livingstone, and yeah, I basically grew up here in Livingstone. Yeah. How many languages do I speak? So I can only speak English, Chinese, a little bit of Bemba, a little bit of Nyanja. I do not know how to speak Tonga, despite growing up in Livingstone. Yeah, I should feel ashamed, but I'm learning, you guys. Okay, I'm learning. It's hard. Tonga is hard. Yeah, but I'm learning how to speak that. So yeah, those are the languages I speak. Another common question that was asked by most of you guys was my favorite food. So if you guys have watched my previous videos or vlogs, you know that I talk about caterpillars, or in Bemba, popularly known as ifinkubala. Like, I love that food, you guys. Like, if you haven't eaten that, you are really missing out. Like, that's like better than chicken, you guys. Like, that's my favorite meal. Like, just give me a plate of shima, and that should be cassava shima with finkubala and mushrooms. Like, oof, I could eat that for the rest of my life, you guys. Like, I love that food. Yeah. So next question was, what's my favorite color? So my favorite color is yellow. Yeah, I loved yellow for a long time. I would definitely love to like have it as one of my wedding colors, either like my traditional wedding or my white wedding. I would love to complement some yellow. Maybe my traditional wedding, I would love to complement some yellow there, because I love that color. It's so pretty. I need to get more yellow things, you guys. Like, yeah, I love yellow. What's my middle name? So my middle name is Lombe, and I think I've mentioned it even in my YouTube description. If you just check on whenever I open a YouTube channel, there's like a small part where you get to see what the person is about, what the channel is about. So you see my names there: Susan Lombe Kayafa Junior, of course, because I was named after my mom. Okay, so yes, they actually are females who are named juniors. They actually exist. To look it up. So yeah, my middle name is Lombe. What's your most traumatizing experience working as a GRMO or a medical doctor? So I really thought I would never talk about this because it was so traumatizing for me, you guys. Like, yeah, I thought I would never talk about it because I avoided talking about it. I hated it. Like, I just wanted to forget it ever happened. But when we share our traumas, we help the coming generation, right, in case they go through the same thing. So this happened back in 2022. Yeah, I remember that was like when we just got employed. That was in the month of October. We got employed on the 1st of September. Yeah, and that happened around, it should have been mid to month end of October. I was a GRMO working in internal medicine department, and I was on call. You know, this specific day I remember I was on call, and I had quite a number of emergencies to attend to. I had like an asthmatic attack patient, I had like an organophosphate poisoning patient. Which other emergency did I have? I think there were quite a number. I had like about 3 emergencies which came at once, and I was trying to attend to them, right? Yeah, so while I was doing that, this man comes and walks into my triage room, right, where I was attending to his emergencies. He was a policeman. I think he was like a commander or something. Like, he had a high rank, a constable or something, I don't know. Yeah, he was a policeman and he was quite huge. And he came and found me attending to these emergencies, and he saw that I was attending to emergencies, right? He saw that I was busy, and then he tells me that I should literally stop what I'm doing and go to attend to his wife. So a little bit of a backstory: his wife had been admitted in our female ward for uremic encephalopathy. So she was on dialysis, and she had a dialysis catheter because she had to have dialysis. You know, like when your kidneys are not working well, you need a machine to help you remove those toxins from your body, right? So yeah, I don't know, I think her uremic encephalopathy made her to have like some psychotic symptoms. So she ended up pulling out her dialysis catheter. Yeah, she pulled it out. So he wanted me to go back and put the dialysis catheter back in, of which by the time I was not familiar with that because, like I said, I just started working and we had not yet been taught how to insert dialysis catheters. Okay, yeah. So the man came, called me again. He was a little bit like upset, and he told me to come and see his wife, and I told him I'll be coming shortly, just give me a few minutes, let me finish attending to my emergencies, right? You know, I even knew, like, you don't really know what you're doing. You're like trying to get the hang of it, so maybe a bit slow. Yeah, so he went back, and then I continued seeing my patients, and then it's like he sent the nurses or something to call me. So they came and called me. Then I was like, okay, let me just go and try to see what's happening. So I left the emergencies with another nurse who was like helping me to stabilize them. So as I'm going there to the ward, I'm putting on my gloves and I'm trying to see and reach to the patient, right? And then before I can even see the patient, right, because I couldn't even see her literally, I couldn't even reach near her. I didn't even reach her bed. Yeah, as I'm walking there going to the patient, I just see this same man coming towards me, advancing towards me, and he's like super pissed off, he's upset, he's angry, he's shouting, he's cussing out, and then he's like, you've killed my wife, what, like just saying weird things. So he finally reaches towards me, and then he grabs me by my scrubs. Yeah, he grabs me by my scrubs. I was wearing scrubs, so he grabbed me on this side of my scrubs, and then he hits me, like he punches me 3 times in my abdomen, right? So after he does that, he like there's now like panic in the whole world, like everyone is scampering, people are running away, like nurses are running, patients are running, because like people are scared, like what if they are the next ones to be attacked, right? So when he hits me, he lets go of me, then he holds his head like this and he starts shouting and cursing and saying things. I don't know, like he was trying to look for someone else to attack, I believe. So when he did that, I managed to like run to the female patient bathrooms, because I couldn't leave the ward because it was blocking the entrance to the ward. So I had to run and hide in the female bathrooms, the patient bathrooms, and I had to stay there for, I think that was almost like 20 to 30 minutes, because the man kept looking for me again and shouting and cussing out and threatening. Yeah, so I stayed there. Then the hospital night super came 30 minutes later with the security guard, who was nowhere to be found in the first place, because why was there no security guard in the first place? Yeah, so they came and then they took me out of those bathrooms and took me to the nurse's duty room, because they couldn't they couldn't take me out of the female ward because the man was guarding the entrance, like, yeah. So they took me to the nurse's duty room and hid me in there and told me to wait first until the man was like removed from there. So apparently I hear that they had to call some policemen to come and get him, but then the policemen who came were his juniors, so they were afraid of him, they couldn't get him, so they had to call more senior policemen to come and take the man, and that's how the man was taken and went away. So yeah, that was pretty traumatic. Like I remember like every doctor wanted me to go to court, and people kept calling me and asking me to reenact the story. Like it was just traumatizing. I just wanted it to go away, because like the whole thing of even being in court, like I had just started my career, like I couldn't start having such issues, like, yeah. So in the end I just like turned down everything. I didn't even want to get any settlement from him, like I just wanted to forget everything because it was just traumatic and stressful to me. So yeah, if that was one of the most traumatizing experiences I've ever had in my career as a JRMO. Yeah, thankfully it's never happened again, and I hope it doesn't happen again. And I just pray that if there's anyone who's going through that, or if you do go through that in the future, please know what you want for yourself. Don't be led by people telling you to do this and to do that, okay? Because those same people who are telling you to do those things, they won't even be with you if you end up going to court. You're being caught alone, okay? So like just know exactly, if you want to settle it, settle it. If you want to take it to court, know like even the consequences of taking it to court. Because for me, I was even taught like I even have to take it to ZNBC, and then I was like, no, already like people have a bad perception of doctors, so if this goes to the media, people will just have their say and feel like I was the one who was in the wrong, right? They won't even know that I was overwhelmed that day, that I was a new intern, like I was barely acquainted with all those things, right? So yeah, if that ever happens to you, just know what you want to do for yourself, and don't be led by people telling you to do this and to do that. So yeah, that was my most traumatizing experience. Yeah, it's out of the bag now, the cat's out of the bag, so finally shared it with you guys. I hope it encourages you. Yeah, so the next question says, who's your favorite YouTuber? So my favorite YouTuber is a Korean vlogger named Kian Choi, and I love her videos so much because they just feel like a real life K-drama, honestly. Like if you guys are into K-drama, you know what I mean. Like she's just so fun, she's nice, and the most thing that makes me love her more is that she's also a Christian, and she's not afraid of showing like her Christian belief, her walk with God. So I'll link her channel here, I'll put her banner here. If you guys are interested, you can check her out. Yeah, she's really good. I love her. Do you appreciate people who are blunt, or people who choose their words carefully? So I think it depends, honestly. Like it depends on the situation. Yeah, like of course if I did something wrong, I wouldn't want someone to come and tell me I told you so, and tell me all those things that I wouldn't want to hear in a blunt way. Like it would be painful to me. I would want them to like choose their words carefully with me, even if I know I made the mistake, and yes, they should tell me I told you so and give it to me like it is. I would also want them to be like gentle with me and patient and calm with me, right? Like the way God is with us when we make mistakes, sometimes even repeated mistakes. He doesn't bluntly come out to us. He's gentle and patient with us at first, but then if you're not changing, if things keep happening the same way, then there's a time when it has to be blunt. So I feel like it can also be applied to human beings, like practice gracefulness with people, be gracious at first, but then again, don't let them take advantage of that. I feel like sometimes you have to also draw the line and tell them as it is when it needs to be done. Like for example, if the person keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you've told them gracefully but they don't change, at one point you have to be blunt about it, right? So I think in that kind of way, I hope that answers the question. Do you have any pets? No, I don't have any pets. The only time I kept pets was when I was a child, in my childhood. My dad bought us these 2 parrots, which I love so much. Bought us these 2 parrots for me and my sisters, and we named the parrots, they were a male and a female, so we named the male Joey and the female Cindy. It's just sad that they died, and I still feel traumatized by that, and I still miss them. So that's probably the reason why I don't have pets, because like when the time comes for the pet to die, like you start having that trauma, right? So I don't have pets. I had pets when I was a child, and there were parrots. Would I keep pets again? Probably, I would. Maybe like a cat, because I'm not into dogs. Like I've had bad experiences with dogs, you guys, you do not understand. I've never been bitten by a dog, but I was this close to being bitten by dogs, multiple dogs. So because of that, I do not like dogs at all. I prefer to have a cat, or maybe even a puppy, like the fluffy dogs. Or even a parrot, who knows. What's the one dish you can make best? What's the one dish I can make best? I feel like there's a variety of foods. I feel like there's a variety of foods that I can cook well. Because I'm actually a really good cook. I think that answers another question. I started cooking when I was 10 years old, you guys. Like I was cooking shima, I was cooking meats, I was cooking everything, and because of that I think I've got a pretty good experience, because my mom really instilled in me like how to cook. She taught me how to cook basically. So I feel like there's a number of things that I can cook really well, like especially baking, banana bread, that's a plus. What else? Shima, caterpillars, beef stew, mashed potato, green beans. Like there's just a number of things that I can cook best. I think it's not limited to one, but definitely I would say banana bread, because when I bake that stuff, damn, 10 out of 10, guys. What is your best physical feature? Honestly, I feel like everything about my physique is the best. Like not to be like, not to jack myself, you guys, but honestly, like my eyes are so pretty, my nose is cute, my smile, you guys, my smile is everything. My skin, I know it's not where I want it to be yet, but it's improving, it's trying. So my skin, my hands, my fingers, my bust area, my hips, my bum. So I feel like I've got a lot of like great physical qualities. My legs, you guys, like I got my mom's legs, that's like the prettiest ever. But if I would choose one, I would say definitely my smile, you guys. I love my smile and how it just makes other people light up. Like it's so pretty. What is my best trait? My best trait, I think I would say perseverance, you guys. If there's one thing I've learned about myself, is that I don't give up. I never give up. I go for what I want. Like university taught me not to give up, and I feel like even to this day, like I'm so perseverant, you guys. I really have perseverance. Even at work, like when it's overwhelming, there's so many patients, no matter how much it's tiresome and draining, I'm still gonna find a way to get the job done. Like I just love that about me. I love that about me. And then I think the other best trait that I also have is like my cleanliness, you guys. Like I'm super OCD. When I tell you, like it's not even a joke. Like my friends are even like, girl, like I'm super OCD. Like I like my stuff clean. Like I do not like untidiness whatsoever. Like I'm always cleaning up stuff. Like I can't stay in a dirty place, you get it. And I think that comes to the next question, which was asking, how do I manage to like keep my house tidy? Do I have a maid? With my busy schedule at work, do I have someone who helps me clean the house? Like, no, I don't. I do it myself, you guys. Like, I do it myself. Like, I just find days when I'm free, when I'm not overwhelmed with work, when I'm not staying late in work, when I can get home early, and I manage to clean the house. Because I feel like if I don't do it, the person who's doing it is not going to do it as well as me. So I might as well just clean the house myself. That's how I am. I don't know. Guys with OCD can relate, let me know in the comments. So yeah, I clean my house myself. I don't have a maid, and I think it's even helpful because my house is not so big, like it's manageable for me, so I don't really see the need of getting a maid when I can just do the work myself. So yeah. What's the weirdest thing you have ever eaten? I remember in China once we had a Chinese teacher who took us out for lunch with a couple of friends of mine, and he made us eat octopus. Yeah, so I think the weirdest thing I've ever eaten was an octopus and also a frog. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. Like, I'm not a big fan of seafood. I'm not really into seafood like that. The only seafood I actually can tolerate is fish, and that's like the normal bream fish. I've tried shrimp before. It's not so bad, but just not suitable to my palate. Yeah, I'm not really into seafood like that. So weirdest food I've ever eaten was an octopus and frog. What are 3 awesome things about yourself? Definitely, I would say my tidiness, cleanliness, organized. I'm just organized. Like, I'm such an organized person. Number 2, perseverance, of course. Like, I don't give up easily. Yeah, I'm perseverant. Number 3, I think I'm so soft. Yeah, like I've got a soft heart, you guys. Like, I'm too, what word can I use? Not to say too trusting, but I'm nice. Yeah, I'm kind. I'm nice generally, but if I'm ticked off, I can easily go the other way. I can easily go the other side. Like, I can easily be rude. But I think generally, like, I'm a nice person, and I think I'm easy to approach. Like, it's easy for people to approach me. Yeah, so I think those are the 3 awesome things about myself, like my organizedness, perseverance, and like welcoming. I'm easy to approach. I'm friendly. Yeah, if I could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be? Honestly, I think Jesus Christ, because why not? Like, we read about him in the Bible and we see all the amazing things that he did, but we don't know of everything entirely because the Bible wouldn't like account for all that. So if I could just sit down with him and have a meal with him and get him to tell me about all the other amazing things he's done and teach me about the kingdom of God and faith, I think that would really be a great experience. Yeah, so definitely Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. What's my go-to method for distressing? So first of all, I'm gonna like shut down all social media. I don't care if I'm not on social media for like a week or 2 or a month. I don't care. Like, I'm cutting out social media. Then I'll just be home, watch a good movie, eat a good meal, get as much rest as I can. Basically just that. Yeah, sometimes cry a lot. Yeah, actually cry a lot. That's the first thing, because you need to get the stress out, right? So if I don't vent to someone, which is obviously my sisters, I'm gonna cry. Like, yeah, I'm gonna cry a lot. So definitely that's like my go-to for stress relief. My go-to comfort food, I'd have to say mashed potato and beef stew, or it could be mashed potato and T-bone. Like, that's just lovely with a side of green beans. Yes, that's amazing food. Like, yeah. Did you repeat any of the courses that you did in medical school? No, I never repeated any courses I did in medical school, and this is not even to brag, but I think it was just the grace of God, and I also put in the work. Like, I was also working hard. I think the lowest score I've ever gotten in university was 60%. Yeah, on the dot, because the pass mark for my school is 60%. So that was the lowest I've ever gotten. Yeah, other than that, like, I've never failed a single course from my pre-med day up until my graduation day. And I'm really grateful to God, not to brag you guys, but like with all the stuff I was going through, I couldn't even imagine like having to also go through failing a course. I think that would have been like so much to bear. So I'm just grateful to God that at least in my academic life I was like actually doing really well, and I managed to even graduate with a 82% on the, what do you call it, what do you call that, I'll insert it here, I can't remember it, but yeah, I never flunked a single course in medical school. What is your opinion on cyberbullying? So I definitely do not condone cyberbullying. Like, I really don't like people who sit on their phones and just type nasty things to people. Like, you really don't know what people are going through, honestly. Like, it would never hurt you to just be kind. Even if you don't agree with something, like, you don't have to comment or leave a bad remark, just pass. Like, you don't have to say anything. I don't know why this generation is so triggered to just leave a piece of their mind everywhere they go. Like, if you see something that you don't agree with, even myself, if you watch my video and you don't agree with something that I've said, like, just scroll, pass. You won't die. Like, I really don't like bullies, because I've dealt with it in my high school. Yeah, I was pretty young in high school because I finished high school with 15 years old, and I was really a quiet and shy girl in high school. I barely had any friends. In fact, that was like the most horrible period of my life, because I hated it. Like, it was just horrible for me. I didn't have friends. I was constantly picked on and bullied because I was young and I was quiet and I was small. So I really hate bullies. I do not like bullies. Like, right now, if someone tried to bully me, best believe I'm going to stand up against you and I'm going to fight you back. Like, I don't even care. So yeah, let's be kind. Like, it doesn't cost a thing to be kind. Be kind to people, okay? You don't know what people are going through. Do you know how to drive? No, I do not know how to drive at my big age, but I'm learning. Okay, I'm gonna try to start learning this year, because that's one of the goals I have to achieve before the end of the year. I definitely need to know how to drive, you guys. How can I be like 30 years and not know how to drive? Yeah, so I got a lot of questions on my relationship status. Are you single? Are you dating? Do you have a significant other? And the answer to that question is yes, I'm dating. I actually have a partner. I don't want to say much and go into too much details, but maybe one day I'll bring him over and do a video with him, and you guys can like ask us questions again and get to know us. And yeah, but I'm seeing someone. It's actually very serious, and we've been seeing each other for a long while now, you guys. Like I said, I don't have to say much, but if ever we do a video together, I would definitely like bring him on and we can answer all of those questions of how did we meet, how long have we been dating, blah blah blah. But yes, I'm seeing someone. I just love him. He's my best friend. I can tell him anything. He supports me so much. Yeah, I love him so much. So I'm dating, you guys. I'm off the market. Okay, did you participate in any athletics in high school? I did not, unfortunately. So I think I've never been an athletic person. I tried in high school, but it just wasn't for me. Like, I tried to bounce a basketball, but I couldn't keep the ball in my hands because the ball was so huge and my hand was so tiny. So I couldn't, like, it literally just bounced out of my hands and everybody would just laugh. So yeah, I think athletics have never been a thing for me. I've only ever been into like jets clubs, things to do with science and stuff. So yeah. What inspired you to become a doctor? So generally from a young age, I've always had an interest in science subjects, and I've always been good at biology. Yeah, every time I like have an exam, I'll always be good in biology. I'll get like A+. I think just the interest was already there from a young age because I was so fascinated with like the human body and studying every system and knowing how it works. Like, I just had that interest. So I think that was also kind of like an inspiration to go into medicine. And then I feel like the other thing is because, like I said, I'm a welcoming person. I'm friendly, right? Like I like to try to help out where I can and try to ease the burdens of people in my life. So I felt like I could do that better if I was in like a medical field, right? Because like there's a lot of people who are sick in our country, so it would really be nice to extend help to them through medicine, right? So I thought in that area. And then I also looked at my character. I'm not an extrovert, you guys. I'm an introvert. Other than work, what I would do in my free time is just be home. Like I don't go out much, and I don't enjoy going out much unless maybe I'm with my partner or maybe a family function. But like other than that, I'd always be home. If I'm not at work, I'm either at home or at church, but mostly at home, indoors. I just make sure I have food in the house, good TV to watch, something good to read, and I can stay indoors for a whole week and you'll never see me leave the house. So I'm literally an introvert, and I feel like that character would suit well in medicine because introverts tend to be more perceptive of people, and they tend to be more calm, and they tend to be able to read people more. So I feel like that's a good character to have if you're going to branch into medicine, because you don't want to be a person who's a hothead, or a person who talks too much, or a person who's too everywhere. Like it's just, I don't think it would suit well in medicine. I feel like you'd have to be grounded, because even the hours that you need to put in medical school would like literally constantly require you to always be studying and barely outgoing. So I feel like that's kind of what inspired me to do medicine. Yeah. Is there a movie that you've watched over and over again and don't get tired of watching? Of course, you guys, like Twilight. You guys, I love that movie so much. It's like my favorite all-time movie. I actually even read the book. I fell in love with the book first before I watched the movie. It's just a beautiful movie, honestly. It's a beautiful story. I love that movie so much. I can watch it over and over and over again. Even when I'm like 50 years old, I feel like I'll still be watching Twilight repeatedly. Like I'm always watching that movie. I love it so much. So yeah, definitely Twilight. Where do I see myself in 5 or 10 years? With my master's degree. Yeah, I feel like I'm even late to get my master's. Yeah, I should have had it by now, but anyway, let me not even regret, because everything happens for a reason, right? Like if you guys know, you'd know that when I finished my high school, I had a 4-year hiatus before going to university, so I kind of delayed, yeah, by a lot, my 4 years to go to university. But I don't really regret it, because I wouldn't have met the people that I've met today. I wouldn't have met my partner. Yeah, because we met at school in university. I wouldn't have met the friends I have today, the colleagues I have today. I wouldn't have been the person I am today. So really, I don't really regret the hiatus in going to university. But in 5 years' time, hopefully my prayer is that at least I'll have my master's degree. I prefer to do it from outside the country, but if things prove difficult to do, then I can even do it from within at UNZA. What's something people often misunderstand about you? That I am weak. Yeah, people feel that because I'm so nice and I'm so kind, that they can just walk all over me and I'm not gonna react. Like, honey, everybody has a breaking point, and trust me, like I said, you don't want to see my rude side, because I feel like the nicest people, the quietest people, the people who you never see reacting or getting upset, when they actually do react and they actually do get upset, you really wish that they hadn't. Because trust me guys, we can also be rude, like, but we tend not to be rude because we want to be the better version of ourselves, right? But don't push people to their limits, of course. Like, have boundaries with people. Okay, so what specialty would you advise for someone who wants a more relaxed lifestyle? In medicine, I would recommend you to do either public health, because that would make you be in the office work. You'd never have to be in the ward. That's if you don't want to be seeing patients. If you still want to be attending to patients, maybe you can do something like dermatology. I feel like it's also flexible. It's not so demanding or busy, or maybe even psychiatry. Yeah. Would you consider yourself romantic? Of course, guys. Like, if I just love you, like, if I love you guys, I'm gonna show you how much I love you. Like, whether that means cooking for you, or buying you gifts, or spending time with you. Like, best believe me to be romantic. Someone asked, do I still dance? It's been a while, guys. I won't lie. Like, work has caught up with me. Like, I'm always busy with work. I barely have time to do the things that I love, like my other hobbies. So it's been long since I danced. I don't think I've forgotten how to dance. I just feel like I would need some extra work and lessons and time to get back in the groove. Yeah, but definitely I would love to like incorporate and start doing dance videos and dance covers on my YouTube channel, because that was one of my first videos on my channel, was like me dancing in a dance group at church. Do you miss China? Honestly, guys, no, I do not. Like, after everything I'm going through in that country, I'd rather forget it. Yeah, I don't really miss it, honestly. Not that it's a bad place, but I feel like if I just go back there, I'll just get triggered, and all the stuff I went through would return to me. So no, I don't miss China, except maybe if it's like buying clothes and stuff, because things there are cheap. Otherwise, no, I don't miss China. What's my favorite pizza topping? Of course, pineapple, you guys. I don't know why there's debates about pineapple being on pizza. Like, pineapple is the best thing to be on pizza. This is not even an argument, you guys. Like, who doesn't like pineapple on pizza? Like, who? That's like my best pizza topping ever. Like, I love it so much. So yeah, pineapple, definitely. Do you like to travel? Not really, but it's something that I want to start doing in the future. I definitely want to be traveling more, and I feel like I need to explore the world more, right, before I leave this world. It's on my bucket list. Like, I need to travel to at least more than 20 countries. Yeah, and that's something I wish I did more in China, because I never traveled in China, you guys. I never even saw the Great Wall. I didn't go to Shanghai. Like, I never did any of that. So I just wish I did that more, and that's something that I'm working towards. Someone asked, would I do travel vlogs in the future? Definitely, yeah, because that's something I'm planning to do. I want to start being more outgoing. Of course, yeah, I know I'm introverted, but traveling, I feel like I need to see the world and see the beauty that God has created before I leave this world. So yeah, definitely I need to work on that. What are my pet peeves? Uncleanliness, untidiness. Like, I've already mentioned that I'm an organized person and I'm OCD. So if you're not like tidy, you guys, I don't know, like, I feel like this is just basic home training, like something that you're supposed to have been taught from a young age. So if you don't really know how to maintain tidiness, how to keep yourself tidy, like, there's no way we're grown adults and then you are looking all mambo jumbo. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. So yeah, untidiness definitely, uncleanness definitely. People who are just rude, that's my second pet peeve. Like, why are you just rude? Like, why? Like, be nice. Like, it's not hard to be kind, just be nice to people. Generally, you won't lose anything. Yeah. Number 3, this also ties to people who are being rude, but people who think they are better than others, people who look down on others, especially those who only treat you well when they know what you do. I don't like such things. I feel like that's such a big pet peeve for me, because why are you being nice to me only that you know that I'm a doctor? But when you never knew that I'm a doctor, you treated me horribly. Like, that just says a lot about you. So be nice to people, respect everyone regardless of their job, because life is hard. Everyone is struggling to make ends meet. So whatever job someone does, like, you have to respect it, whether it's a security guard or a gardener or a cleaner. Respect those people, okay? Because you never know, life turns around, and one day you'll be in, one day you'll be below them, and one day they'll be above you. So it wouldn't be nice if they did the same thing to you, right? So just respect everyone, be kind to everyone, be nice, really, okay? It's not hard. So I think those are a few of my pet peeves. What's your favorite music? Honestly, I don't really have a specific genre that I listen to. I feel like I listen to every genre as long as it's like good and it's nice and I love the meaning behind the song and the beat is good. So I can listen to anything from the 90s to the pop music, to the R&B, to like jazz, anything really. Do you believe in love at first sight? Of course I do believe in love at first sight. Like, I would answer this question, but I think I will let my partner answer it one day when we do a video together. He can tell you from his perspective, okay? Yeah, because how we met story is very, very funny, but I also love it. It's so romantic and cute. So yeah, I'll let him answer that question one day when we do a video together. Okay. What's the best advice I've ever been given? I think generally just to do unto others what I would want to be done to myself. Yeah, so it all just comes back to being a generally good person and being kind and respectable to others or to people. If I wasn't a doctor, what career would I have pursued? Definitely art, because growing up I was definitely such an artistic kid. I would draw every single cartoon that I would watch, and I would really make good drawings of them. Puff Girls. It's just that my dad keeps the pictures, the paintings, but if I had them, I would show them to you. Like, I would make really, really good drawings. So I definitely feel that I would have taken a career in the artistic area. Yeah, either as an artist, a painter, even an architect probably, because I was like, I think I still am into art. Like, I love it so much. So yeah, where do I see my channel in 5 years? Oh, definitely at 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, but definitely grown, like achieved a significant amount of growth. Probably have done some collaborations with other Zambian YouTubers. Probably even having a podcast where I can sit down and talk about different topics, either faith-based topics or like conspiracy theories, because I'm big on conspiracy theories. And I think there's a question that I was asked about conspiracy theories and what's one conspiracy theory that I believe is true that most people don't believe is that Illuminati is real and they do exist, and many celebrities and people that you love and watch are actually part of it, and that aliens are not another life form that God created, but they're actually fallen angels. So those are conspiracies that I believe are true and that most people don't know about, and I'll probably delve deep into it and talk about it. Maybe in the future, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are open to that though, because I am literally big on that. Like, I research stuff. You have no idea. Like, I love to research stuff. Yeah, so do you plan on collaborating with any other creators? Of course I do. There's also another question. It said, who's your favorite Zambian YouTuber? I mean, isn't it obvious? I mean, like, Lobe Posada. Like, so obviously I would like to work with her in the future. I feel like it could be like just a big sister, small sister conversation of life, relationships, medical school, work as a doctor, because she's also an aspiring doctor. Yeah, so that would be great. I think I would also love to collaborate with Dr. Baby, because she's also in the medical field and I love her work, and I feel like we'd have a great chat about just sisterhood and work and balance in life, relationships. Yeah, so I feel like I would love to do that in the future. Hopefully that comes to pass. And yeah, what are some similarities between practicing medicine and creating content? I feel like the similarities we have in those two areas is the demand. Like, it's so demanding, you guys. I feel like you guys who watch our content, YouTubers, never really know how much work we put in, from recording to editing to posting the video. Like, it's so demanding and it's so tiring. That's why sometimes you have to understand if we're not really like consistent as much as you want us to be, because like you have to balance. For me, I have to balance work, I have to balance my home life, I have to balance my spiritual life, I have to balance YouTube. So it's a little bit of a juggle and it's quite difficult. Sometimes I find myself not having posted any content in like a month or two, which is pretty bad. I hate that. I want to work on that, but yeah, it's really, really demanding and it requires a lot of patience and time. So I really wish people would understand that aspect and not just demand a video there and then. Like, there's so much work that goes into it, you guys. Just like medicine, you need time, you need to study, you need to know what you're doing because you're practicing it on someone, right? So what are some misconceptions people have about being a doctor and a content creator? Misconceptions people have about doctors? A lot, actually. I feel like the public has just made up their minds to hate doctors and do not like us because they feel like we are negligent and we just mismanage patients. Of course, there are those few bad seeds, but then don't let the few bad seeds corrupt the entire good seeds that are there. Like, there's still doctors who are good at what they do. There's still doctors who actually care for their patients and want their patients to recover well. Like, I wish we would see that and not just judge every doctor based on one bad thing about a doctor that comes out in the community. And also another misconception on the content creator aspect, I feel like people think we want to do it for fame. At least on my side, I'm not doing it for fame. I know I started my channel because I wanted to document my life and I wanted to look back on my younger self and see how far I've come and be proud of my achievements. And I wanted something that I could also show to my future children to say, this is how mom was at your age and this is what I did and this is how my life was when I was this age, so that they can also get inspired and be better people in society and be the people that God wants them to be. So for me, YouTube is basically just to document my life, and it's also a hobby because I love doing it. It's not something that I want to do to become famous or to become popular. I'm not even interested in that, honestly. Like, I'm not. So what's my philosophy when it comes to mental health? How do I take mental health? I feel like I've got a lot of questions about mental health from different people, and I feel like it's very, very important. I do not joke around about it. Like, I feel there's not so much sensitization about it in Zambia, and it needs to be sensitized, especially to people in our field of work, like to medical doctors, because we're the ones who deal with a lot of traumatizing cases. We're the ones who see people when they die. We're the ones who see people when they're brought in dead. We're the ones who get assaulted. We're the ones who just handle the most distressing cases. So I feel like it's really, really important, and I feel like everyone should really take time to check on their mental health and get help if you feel that you are spiraling down into depression or into thoughts of suicide. Because as a person who once had depression, trust me, you don't really want to get to that road. And if you do get to that road, please, you need to reach out to someone, talk to someone. Don't keep things in. I feel the biggest problem and challenge we have as people is not wanting to open up and keeping things in. Of course, yes, you have to be careful with who you open up to, because people can use it against you, right? But I feel like also your life depends on it, because we're not born in this world alone. God didn't make community for nothing. That's why he made a family, that's why he made friends, that's why he made church community, he made work community, because you're supposed to reach out to someone whenever you need help. We're not an island, okay? Everyone at one point or another is going to need help, whether it's financially or mentally or spiritually or physically, okay? So try to open up to people, or if not, I feel like we have more support groups. Yeah, I feel like mental health is now becoming more aware, so we are getting more support groups and people who we can talk to and share our problems with. And yeah, more importantly, pray about it, okay? Your creator who made you definitely knows how to help you, so reach out to God, okay? Never feel like you're too far gone, because you never are. As long as you are alive and you are breathing, trust me, there's a new chance every day, okay, to reach out to God. So yeah, that's my take on mental health. What's your favorite perfume, or are you a perfume fragrance lover? Yes, I am a perfume fragrance lover, and I don't know which girl is not, honestly. And my favorite perfumes, let me just show you guys. So I recently received this one. This is called Scandal by Jean-Claude Gaultier. Yes, my partner got me this one from Egypt when he had traveled recently. And oh, guys, the smell, like, I love it so much. It's so good. Like, wow, so amazing. So this is my current fave. Yeah, Scandal by Jean-Claude Gaultier. Yeah, I'll try to link the name in the box here. It's really, really good. And the other one is this one. I think you guys know this one, you've been seeing it a lot. My partner also got me this one. It's Yara by Latafa. Guys, I need to spray. Like, I can't even describe the scent. It's just so amazing. So yeah, currently these are my two faves. This is my number one, and this is my, oh, I think they're both number one, honestly, because they're so good. Like, I love them. And thank you to my man for getting me these scents, because they're so good. If you're given a chance to meet any president of any country, who would that be? Obviously, I would definitely love to meet President Traore. He's doing such an amazing job, you guys. I wish our other African leaders would emulate from him. He's so young and doing so well. And I just pray that God keeps sustaining him, because Africa really needs him, and we definitely need to learn from him. So definitely him. Do I resemble my mom or my dad? 50-50. Yeah. I'll leave a picture of my mom and my dad somewhere here or here. Yeah, and you guys can let me know who I resemble more. I feel like I got my mom's nose and my mom's dimple, because I have a dimple in his mouth. It's like, can you see? Yeah, I got my mom's dimple, and I feel like I got my dad's eyes and his head shape and his smile, I feel. Yeah, then my eyebrows, my nose, and my dimple are all my mom's. And of course, I don't know, I just feel like my complexion also is my mom's, and my body, my legs are all my mom's. Yeah, so I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. Do I look more like my dad or like my mom? Do you remember the first time you went clubbing? Yes, I do remember the first time I went clubbing. That was on New Year's Eve of 2022, if I'm not mistaken, going into 2023. I know, I should have been in charge. But yeah, that was the first time I ever went to the club, and I absolutely hated it, you guys. Like, I have no idea why people take themselves to such places, because like, I don't get it. Like, it's dark, it's loud, the music is loud, it's crowded, there's many people, you could get robbed, you could get attacked. Like, I absolutely hated it, and that was the first time I ever went to the club in my whole life. I'd never been to the club in China, I'd never been to the club in uni. That was my first experience, and I hated it. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. I would never go to the club again. It's just not my vibe. Do I take alcohol? No, I do not take alcohol. I just don't like it. I've tried it, and I just feel like it's not for me. I've got nothing against people who do take alcohol, but for me personally, I don't take it. And yeah, I just don't think I ever will take alcohol. So my thing. I do not smoke too, so I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. I think also that kind of question. Yeah. What's the biggest lesson YouTube has taught me? Definitely patience and perseverance, because with YouTube you are not going to get the growth as you expect it to come. Of course, sometimes, yeah, that might happen once in a while, but it's rare, and it will really teach you the value of patience and perseverance and not giving up. Yeah. What's my favorite skincare or beauty product? And many of you have asked for a skincare routine, if I have any, because you notice my skin is being glowing, and thank you guys for the compliment. I appreciate. And I really have one product to thank for my skin, and it's the Ordinary's AHA BHA exfoliating cleanser, which I'm going to link here, or I'll put a picture of it here. So I swear by this one, you guys, like, it has done wonders for my skin. Like, my skin has drastically improved after using this product. So if you have oily skin, acne prone skin, blackheads, whiteheads, you need this, okay? Because this one is the real deal. I tell you, like, your skin will thank you. Also, the clean and clear combo, which is the scrub, the cleanser, and the moisturizer, those also did wonders for my skin. So I'm definitely gonna drop a skincare video one day soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay guys, do you follow a specific diet or meal plan, and how do you stay consistent with fitness? So yes, I do follow a specific diet. I'm currently doing intermittent fasting. Actually, I have been doing it for a while. It helps me a lot with my weight. I feel like nowadays I barely even have the urge to snack in the night or eat anyhow, because I've been doing intermittent fasting, and it helps a lot. So it's basically just abstaining from food and only eating at a particular time of day, like maybe at afternoon or the evening, or maybe like reducing your meals from maybe 3 times to twice a day or once a day, and it's worked wonders for me. Really, it's helped me maintain my weight. And the other thing I would say is also walking. I walk like at least every day, and I make sure I walk for like 20 to 30 minutes, and that really helps me to stay active and fit. And yeah, definitely try out intermittent fasting. It's really gonna help you guys. And even portion control, like portion your food, size them, don't eat too big portions, because again your work is equal to 0. Like portion your meals, don't eat too much. Okay, what category of videos do I watch most on YouTube? Definitely vlogs. Yeah, I love watching lifestyle vlogs, people's different lifestyles. And yeah, also I like podcasts. I like listening to different perspectives on different topics. I like watching Brett Cooper podcasts. I like Candice Owens. Yeah, lots of that stuff, but mostly vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, cooking vlogs. Yeah. If Zambia had its own YouTube awards, what category would I want to be nominated in, and who would I nominate as a fellow creative? Obviously, I would nominate Lombi Posa. She's doing really well. I would nominate Dr. Baby. She's also doing good. Who else would I nominate as a Zambian YouTube? Even Precious K, actually. Shout out to Precious K. She's really doing well. We were together in university in China, and yeah, she's doing good. So I'll definitely nominate her too. What category would I like to be nominated? Of course, best YouTube content creator, obviously, or maybe if not that, then maybe best medical lifestyle content creator. I don't know if that makes sense, or yeah, something like that. What's something unique about Zambian culture that I wish more people knew about, and do I try to reflect that in my content? So I think the most unique thing about Zambian culture is that we're really welcoming and friendly people. I feel like every tourist who's come to Zambia has never had an experience whereby the locals were unwelcoming or rude to them. I feel like it's embedded in us, like from our home training, to just be nice to people, especially foreigners. Yeah, because I feel like if you've ever been a foreigner and you've come to Zambia, you can attest to the fact that we're actually very nice and welcoming, and it feels like home. Like you literally feel like you're at home. So I feel like that's one thing about our culture as Zambians. Like we have that Ubuntu attitude towards each and every person. Like we want to make every person feel like home. Like we don't want to make people feel like they're outsiders, whether you're a foreigner or not. So I feel like that's one interesting thing. What legacy do I want to leave behind as a lifestyle content creator? Definitely to just be yourself, be your authentic self, and let people see that, and let people love you for that, let people accept you for that, let people learn from that, let people praise you for that. So definitely just to be yourself. Yeah, so don't try to be someone that you're not. Be yourself regardless of who's going to welcome that or not. Be true to yourself. One random thing I always keep in my bag, definitely my hand cream. My sister got me these little cute like tubes of tiny hand cream that I carry around everywhere, like because at hospital I always have to wash my hands, so I definitely like carry them a lot. Yeah, move with them a lot. So definitely my hand cream. What is the best memorable birthday gift you've ever received? Of course, it's not the perfumes from my partner, then it's the birthday cards from my dad, and the teddy bear that my sister got me for my birthday back in China. It was very huge teddy bear. I think you've seen it on one of my videos. It's on my bed. How do you handle a friend who gossips too much? So for me, I would just say, just keep your distance. Yeah, because definitely someone who gossips too much is one way or another, you're gonna end up caught into their gossiping, and also one day they're gonna gossip about you. So I feel like you should just keep your distance, and if they do realize that you've distanced yourself or find out to ask you why you've distanced yourself, then you can tell them that it's because of this and this that I don't like about you, and I just hope that you can change it. Otherwise, yeah, I feel like those kind of things you really want to avoid such, because it will bring you unnecessary drama in your life. So just distance yourself, honestly. Have I ever had a fracture before? No, I've never had a fracture, thank God. Yeah. How do I stay current with the new medical knowledge and research, latest medical research knowledge? So if you guys have never heard of PubMed, you should basically check it out. It's a free medical library, if I can say, yeah, that offers more than 38 million citations, research papers, articles on just medical knowledge and clinical knowledge and stuff. So I do use that one, PubMed, and then I also use Medscape. Yeah, Medscape has really been handy, especially in my practice in medicine. It has everything from management to drug dosing to lab investigations to pathophysiologies, everything. Okay, so definitely those two have helped. Yeah. What do you remember about your first year practicing as a doctor? I definitely was nervous, and I did have imposter syndrome. This also ties into another question, which says, how have you dealt with imposter syndrome, or how do you deal with it? I definitely did have imposter syndrome, and if you guys do know what that if you guys don't know what that is, imposter syndrome is basically the feeling of feeling like a fraud, like you're not meant to have the job that you have, because you feel like you're incompetent, or you can't do your job well, or you don't have the knowledge that you're supposed to have. I definitely did feel like that when I started my practice in 2022. But one thing that has helped me, of course, is knowing that there is no one better to do the job than you. If you are assigned that job, then definitely God has seen that you are capable of doing it. So that's one thing you should remember. And also the second thing is you need to learn to be confident, okay? Especially when you're starting something new, it's not gonna be easy, but you have to show confidence, because how are other people going to rely on you to do your job, right? So learn to be confident. And then the other thing you should do that can help you, or that helped me, was to take track of my achievements, right? Like whenever I managed to admit a patient well, make the right diagnosis, treat the patient and they recovered, I took note of those, and it helps boost my confidence and boost my morale, and to say that, okay, I can actually do this. So yeah, be easy on yourself, be kind to yourself, okay? And just know that if you got the job, you are meant for it, and you have the tools that you can to succeed in that job, okay? God didn't give you that job for nothing, and nothing in life happens for nothing. So if you got that job, just know that you're equipped with everything you need. God gave you everything you need to do that job, okay? The Bible says that God has given us everything we need to live a godly life, everything we need to do what we're supposed to do to fulfill our calling. We all have it. That's one medical myth you constantly have to correct. So this myth of if you have a lumbar puncture, then you're going to die. Like, I don't know what the community discusses amongst themselves and how they've embedded this lie into themselves. Like, we literally get patients who are afraid of doing a lumbar puncture, and they even decline doing a lumbar puncture because they believe it's going to kill them. Like, that's my take on young girls dating sugar daddies for money. I think it's absolutely saddening and disheartening to know that someone who could be my young sister or someone's child is doing that to themselves. Like, if you are in that situation and you're watching my video, please know that you're worth more than that. You're worth far more than that, and you do not need to do that, okay? Yeah, I know, like, the situation in Zambia is really hard and sad. Like, jobs are hard to find, students have to find ways to make money, otherwise they face being expelled from uni or school or whatever. But like, there are so many other things you could do to help you raise money, and like, doing that, you guys, like, just think about it. You're risking your life to all sorts of diseases, you're risking your health, you're risking your mental health, you're risking your future, okay? So please really do consider everything that you do before you do it. And as I've said countless times, God is always there to help you. He's always going to provide for you. You just need to call on him and ask him. He will definitely make a way for you. You don't have to resort to doing that. Honestly, don't. It's sad. Like, treasure yourself, treasure your body, okay? Because your value is so much more than that. How do I deal with being underestimated or dismissed? And how do I handle situations where patients question my authority? In such instances, it's important to remember medical ethics, and that you do have a right to tell your patient your qualifications, and that you are qualified to do this, and you have the qualification for it and the license for it. But if they still undermine you, or they still question your authority, then you don't have to argue with them, but you can simply point them to be seen by someone more superior than you, maybe your consultant, or your registrar. In cases where I've had patients who are still difficult despite of my senior trying to talk to them, then I just let them be attended to by someone who they feel is qualified. Okay, I don't argue, because really there's no point in trying to convince someone of my qualifications. People believe what they want, and you can't convince someone otherwise. So if someone has made up their mind about you, believe me, you can't convince them otherwise. So it's better to just let them be and don't fight a losing battle, because you can't change people's minds. Okay, yeah. What are some traditional health practices in Zambia, and how do they complement or conflict with modern medicine? So I feel like the most common one that conflicts with our modern medicine is the tattooing, like those markings on the bodies. Yeah, we get so many patients who come with sepsis or infections, and the number one cause of the infections is because of those tattoo marks. So that definitely conflicts with our modern medicine, and it's been really difficult to counter that, because most Zambians, especially the people coming from the villages, the rural areas, believe so much in traditional medicine as opposed to modern medicine, and they don't really believe in the effectiveness of modern medicine. So that's been a challenge. We're trying to find ways that we can counteract that. Yes, for a traditional practice that complements modern medicine, I'm not really sure if there's any traditional practice yet which complements modern medicine. Yeah, if there happens to be one, I'll definitely like feel you guys in on that one, but as of yet, I don't think we have any. How does access to healthcare differ between urban and rural areas? Of course, it's very different for the rural setting, because we have one clinic in the rural setting and someone stays an hour away from the clinic, and for them to reach the clinic it's an hour. They have to walk or use a bicycle. They barely have cars, and then for them to even reach the hospital, which is the district hospital, that's like another hour or even a day. And by the time the patient arrives at the referring hospital, the referring facility, which is AUTH, they are already like in a worse condition. So that's definitely a challenge. I feel the government needs to look into that one and find a way to overcome that challenge, because it's been a challenge really. As opposed to the urban areas, it's easy to access healthcare, but in the rural areas it's really hard for our brothers and sisters. So I hope that can change in the near future. What advice would I give to someone thinking of pursuing medicine in Zambia? I would definitely tell you to go for it. Yeah, I feel like here you would get the practical experience better, because you see all those cases that you read about in the books, you see them in the physical, and you have a better understanding as you practice them and attend to them physically. So I feel like Zambia is quite good to do medicine. I wouldn't really discourage you from doing medicine in Zambia. Yeah, I just feel like it depends on the individual, because I've had a question which was saying, what's the difference that you've noticed in doctors who have trained abroad and doctors who've trained locally? But really, honestly, I've not seen any difference, because it's dependent on the individual. You can have a doctor who trained from China who is doing way better than someone who trained within Zambia, and you can have the complete opposite. So it's just individually based. It shouldn't be a bias on people to say because this one is foreign trained, they are performing poorly than this one who is locally trained. No, I've actually encountered doctors who trained abroad who are doing way better than locally trained Zambian doctors, and I've also encountered the opposite. So it's just an individual thing, honestly. Like if you went abroad to just go and play and not go for school, then best believe you're going to be a very bad doctor. So would I encourage someone to study outside or within Zambia, and what are the positives and negatives? So for me, for exposure purposes, I would tell you to study abroad, because you get more exposure. You just open up your mind to a new world, right? And like living your whole life in your country, at least you travel and see a new world and learn how they live and see how they live and get exposed. Okay, that's on one aspect. And two, on the technological aspect, there's so much in advancement. They use AI to work with patients in these hospitals abroad, okay, as opposed to here where you barely see any machinery equipment unless you go to Lusaka or these big hospitals. Okay, so just for the exposure part and the technological advancement part, yeah, I would encourage you to go abroad. Other than that, I feel like there's not much difference, because there are also downsides in China. Like most of the teachers, the lecturers didn't know how to speak English, so it was that language barrier. most of the time we're the ones teaching ourselves. We'll just get the PPT and then ourselves sort of that issue. If the benefits outweigh the risk, then you can do it. But studying within Zambia is not bad. I've seen really good students from like Mulungushi universities, even on that itself, CBU. It's just, again, like I said, it's individually based. Okay, it's based on you yourself. How do you perform as a person, as a student? How much do you study? How much effort do you put? Okay, that's the first thing I look for in a partner or in a friend. Definitely, I would say loyalty. Yeah, I need to see how loyal you are, because are you gonna vouch for me when I'm not there? Are you going to defend me behind my back? Like, are you going to do the things that I do for you? Okay, because it can't be one-sided. Like, I can't be the one pouring into you and you're not pouring back into me. So definitely loyalty, definitely good temperament. Okay, when we have arguments, disagreements, how do you behave? Do you hit me? Do you lash out at me? Do you say bad things about me to other people, or do you come to me? You know, like, yeah, how mature are you, in short? Yeah, so maturity, loyalty. I think family centered also. Yeah, if I was to become a minister of health in the future, what would I do differently? And I think on that one, I would definitely ensure that hospitals had more medical stocks, like drugs, syringes, sanitizers, lab forms, stationery, all that. Like, it's very frustrating to be working in an environment that has little to no sources, supplies, and how do you manage patients with no drugs, with no stationery to write imaging investigations, things like that. So I really look into it. I know, like, it's hard, things are hard in Zambia, poverty is high, but like, as a minister of health, I would ensure to say at least a hospital should have this basic thing, because it's very embarrassing to be seeing what's trending of theft in the ministry, and people would think that's how us civil servants are, when we don't even know that these things are happening. So really, I would look into all those things. If I could eat lunch with one person for the rest of my life, who would that be? Definitely my mom. And if you guys don't know, I lost my mom in 2018. So I really miss her so much. Today is actually Mother's Day and I'm recording this video, and yeah, I definitely want to eat with her for the rest of my life, because she was just so full of love and wisdom, and yeah, I definitely want to be with my mom and with her. Yeah, my favorite health tip I wish everyone knew is that your health is your responsibility. It is not the doctor's responsibility, it is your responsibility. And the sooner we understand that, the better we'll be as a country, because we really take for granted our health and live anyhow. And then when we get sick, we expect the doctor to fix us. Of course, we're gonna do what we can to help you, but if you don't change certain things in your life, your diet, your lifestyle, then like, as a person graduating next month, what should I expect during my internship? Definitely expect, what should I say, how do I say, you'll be thrown into it. Like, it's not easy. Like, you experience the practical side of medicine, so you really have to prepare yourself mentally for that. And of course, you want to know everything, so as much as you will study, but there's still things that you won't know unless you practice them. So I feel like you should also prepare yourself mentally for that, and try not to panic whenever you don't know something. But that's why you have your seniors. Call your seniors, call your colleagues, call your consultants, ask for help. Okay, don't do it alone, ask for help. Okay, it's a very sensitive career, so make sure you always counter check everything you do. And yeah, always remember to ask for help. Always remember you're not alone. Okay, tell us how life has been after internship. What is it being an SRMO? Do you miss being an intern? I definitely miss being an intern because it had its perks. Like, now as an SRMO, I've got no one to ask for help. Of course, I have my consultants and my registrars, my seniors, but like, it's different from an intern. You're not really responsible for the patient like that. Your responsibility will fall on your seniors, right, on your second on calls. But now, as a second on call, as a SRMO, I'm the one responsible for the patient. So if anything goes wrong with the patient, I'm one asked to answer for it. So it's definitely a new challenge. It's definitely scary, but yeah, it's not something that can't be done, and you always have to remember that you're not alone, and you always have your colleagues, your seniors again to help you. But yeah, it's definitely been a new challenge. It has helped me grow in that area. So what are my thoughts on black tax, and do I think it's helping to build or destroy Africa? Definitely helping to destroy Africa. I feel like it's not right, honestly, and it's our responsibility now, because our parents are already older, but it's our responsibility now as the older generation to take it upon ourselves to make sure that our children don't go through this also, because it's really not a good thing. Like, how is your child supposed to build their own legacy when they also have to constantly look into issues of black tax, like taking care of you, taking care of family? So let's work hard so that our children don't have to go through black tax. Okay, best surprise you've ever received. So I received this from my partner. I love it so much. It's a portrait of us together. That's definitely one of my favorite surprises from my partner, the best one actually yet. So thank you so much, baby. Have I ever been in a physical fight? Yes, I've been. Actually, that's one that made me even stop getting into fights with people, because what happened was, this was back in 2007, I believe, my 8th grade. I think it should have been 8th or 9th grade, I can't remember, but I was at this Catholic girls secondary school that was to be in Loisha and Kabwe, and it was the time that we had in the morning for cleaning the classrooms, right, and watering the garden and whatnot. So we were at the tap area and we were supposed to fill in our buckets with water to go and water. Then this other girl comes, who was known to be a bully, comes and jumps the line and cuts the other girls and fills a bucket, and then everyone is now like complaining and stuff and everything. And then I go over to her and I tell her to stop what she's doing, but like she doesn't really listen. So me now trying to like save the day, be hero, I get the bucket that she had put there of water and I throw it at her so that like other people can continue who she had cut off the line. So in throwing that bucket, little did I know that it had a sharp end. Those were those metal buckets that we used to use back then for watering, those the metal ones, the grey ones. So it had a sharp end and it went and cut her and sliced her. She had a big cut here. And guys, I kid you not, I was like, that day I never forget, I got punished to clean all the verandas in the whole entire school. Yeah, but then after that I was just like, I'm never fighting again, because it could easily turn the wrong way and things could just go south easily. As a woman doctor, would you ever consider leaving your career to become a stay-at-home mom after all the time, money and energy that you've put into medicine? I've actually thought about this so much, and I really, as much as I love medicine, I really don't see myself doing it for the rest of my life. I think there's a point when I would actually want to venture into other things other than medicine, probably even go into real estate and just have my own businesses focused on real estate and be a stay-at-home mom and take care of my kids, because I don't think any mother likes the fact of leaving her newborn children home and having to go back to work and leave your children. So I probably would want to retire early. I don't want to be in my 60s and I'm still clicking patients in the hospital. Yeah, I really don't want that. I think I would want to venture into other aspects of my life, and by then I think I would have fulfilled my career in medicine and I would have done most of what I would want to do in medicine. So probably yes, at some point I want to leave medicine and just be a stay-at-home mom and let my rich husband take care of me and yeah, just focus on other things and take care of my kids. Yeah. Which one of your videos do you think helped most of your subscribers find your channel? Definitely my medical vlogs, like when I was an intern, when I was a student, my medical student vlog, which has got 5,000 views, over 5,000 views. Then also my intern vlogs as an intern in different departments. I think those helped most of you guys find me, because I feel like most of you guys love when I do such content. And yeah, the hardest season I've ever gone through in life and how I overcame it, definitely my university season in life. I've got a whole testimony video of that, you can check it out. Yeah, and how I overcame it, perseverance. I had to work hard, work different jobs. God of course helps me. I had to like really learn to trust him, but most of it was like persevering and not giving up and fighting to stay in university. Like guys, I fought. Yeah, so have I ever had a tooth extraction? Yes, I have actually, on my left, this is premolar, right? Yeah, my left premolar. I actually have the tooth, I kept it, so I'll probably get it and show you, but it'll probably be like TMI, so yeah. Oh, actually on my right premolar, yeah, I actually had it extracted and removed because it had gone beyond the point of saving. Yeah, I'd actually had a root canal done for it back in China, and then came back here and it still got infected. I don't know how, so they just had to extract it and died. It was the most horrible, painful thing I've ever gone through in my life. If I would advise you not to do it and avoid the tooth extraction, please, I'd advise you, like, take care of your teeth, make sure you go to your annual dental appointments, because you will thank me later. I tell you, like, yeah. That's the one thing that kept me going during one of the hardest seasons of my medical school. It was looking at my younger siblings, and I didn't want them to also struggle the way I struggled, so I had to fight to stay in university and finish and start working, because I needed them to have something, someone to inspire them to never give up, and also to be there for them, to make sure they also don't have to go through that, because guys, it's not nice, honestly. Yeah. What do I think the purpose of life is? Obviously to know Jesus, to accept him as your Lord and Savior, to live a life that is worthy and pleasing to him, and obviously to make it to heaven. Yeah. What are some misconceptions people have about doctors? Or doctors are lazy, they don't care about the patient, they just care about money, they are drunkards. Like, we're not all like that, trust me. We're actually, some of us actually do have interest in what we're doing, and we care about our patients, and we're not just doing it for the money. We are doing it because we actually have interest in medicine and want to better the healthcare system of Zambia. So yeah, what inspires me? Several things inspire me. My dad, I just love how he's also perseverant and he's never given up no matter what life has thrown at him. He's so persevering. Also my siblings, my young sister, she's so focused and driven in everything she does in school. I look up to her. My older sister, also same, focused and driven, doesn't differ for whatever unless she gets her thing done. Like, so many people I look up to, honestly. At work, I've got like some of my doctors I aspire to be like. My favorite, someone asked to say who's your favorite doctor at work or consultant. I would say Dr. Shamba, consultant in OBS and Gyn, Livingstone UTH. That man really works hard. He'll be in the hospital even sometimes at 5 or 3 in the morning and leave probably like 22, 23. Like, he's just passionate about his work, and I love that about him. I'd love to be like him. What age did I become a born-again Christian? I was actually 13 years old. Should be 2008 or 2009. It should have been 13 to 14 years old. Yes, that's when I first gave my life to Jesus Christ and got baptized. Would you consider migrating to another country, or if you had an opportunity to work abroad, would you do that? If I had an opportunity to work abroad, yes, I would do that. Would I migrate to another country, a foreign country? I don't think I would prefer doing that. I think having experience being a foreigner, I feel like there's no place like home really, and you're better off in your home country, because being a foreigner, you never really be treated as you belong. You always have that foreigner to your name. So I think I'd rather just work abroad, build the necessary experience, wealth, whatever, then come back and build my empire back home. I mean, yeah, that's my take. What are my spiritual gifts, and which ones do I use the most? I feel like one of my spiritual gifts that I have is the gift of discernment. Yeah, like I'm pretty much able to pick up on energies and tell if something is off with something or someone. And yeah, I'm just grateful for that. And then the other spiritual gift I have is a gift of teaching. I know I don't use it a lot, but I really hope to do it in the future, especially on Bible study topics. There's so much, guys, that I need to unpack and teach you guys about the Bible, because there's so much stuff that's hidden in plain sight. So I feel like pretty much discernment and teaching are my spiritual gifts, and I haven't utilized teaching to the maximum, but discernment I do use it here and there. So yeah. At what point in my life did I realize I could dance? Probably when I was like 14, because we started dancing really early back at church. We'd have dance groups, we would have like youth activities, we'll be in the dance group. So I feel like I learned at a pretty young age, though it's been a while since I last danced because of work. I'm always busy, but I do learn. I can learn. It's not hard for me to learn dancing, and it's just a hobby that I love. Like, yeah. How do I choose topics for my YouTube videos? Really, it just comes as a thought. It's not that I even plan it out in advance. It just comes as a thought. Like maybe I'll be like, oh, I'm in this department. I'm in Ops and Guide department. Let me vlog myself and my experience. Let me vlog how to do a procedure in Ops and Guide, like things like that. And I feel like I try to make videos that can be beneficial to someone and help someone like learn something. So if, for example, like I'm a doctor, right, I'm gonna make a video aimed at fellow doctors or medical students or people who are like coming into the career, to show them like, okay, this is how it is, this is what you can do, this is how you can learn, this is how you can work towards this, right? So that's basically what's guided me and how I make videos for my channel. Which outside country would I like to live in? If I could pick, I'd probably pick Canada. I feel like it's conducive, especially for my career of choice, and the economy is quite good, so I'd probably like to live there, but not permanently, just for a time being. Where did I get my couches from? I got my couches from Classic Cheetah Decor on Facebook. I'll put the screenshot of the handle here. You can check them out on Facebook. Yeah, I got them on 11/11 last, was that 2 years ago, on Black Friday 11/11. They were like half the price, so yeah, it was a pretty good deal. That's my take on relationships in university and dating in university. So I think you have to be focused also, because like I said, I met my partner in university, but he knew that I am studying medicine, and he knew that it's a demanding course, and he didn't like obstruct me with that. He didn't bother me. He let me do my medicine and finish and graduate, right? So it's the same also for you guys. If you be dating university, just make sure you understand one another, that this one has to finish school, and don't make your friend fail to finish school. Guys, don't go and get the girl pregnant. Girls, don't go and start demanding money from the guy when you know that he's also a student. Go to school and do what you came for. Finish your university. Don't go and start getting caught up in other things. Yeah, get your degrees first, and then you can proceed with more serious relationship, like getting engaged or married or whatever. Okay, if anything, even try to start working first before you actually try to settle down. It will help you financially. My thoughts on forgiveness and second chance. Yeah, I believe that everyone deserves a second chance, honestly. Yeah, and the Bible says forgive 7 times 70. Yeah, 7 times 7. So forgive as much as you can, because God always forgives us. Every single day we make a mistake, we sin, God forgives us. Okay, second chances though, I'll give you a second chance, yes, but repeating the same thing and I give you a third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance, I think second chance is my limit. Anything more than that and you still keep doing it, then it's your habit. It's not a mistake. You just tolerate doing that with me, and you think I'm going to tolerate it, so I'm cutting you off. Okay, so I do believe in forgiving people, but I also believe in loving from a distance. And if you do need to cut the person off and distance yourself and do the necessary, then please do it, because by all means human beings will take advantage of you if you don't have boundaries. If I had a daughter or a son, would I recommend them to do medicine in the future? I definitely would recommend, but I'm not gonna like force it or push it on them. Yeah, I'm not gonna force my child to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. I'm gonna let them do what they want to do, and that's how it should be. Like, are there days that I feel overwhelmed and feel like I don't want to go for it, but I have to keep going? Of course, they definitely are, but that's why I said you have to remember why you started. And if you need to take rest, definitely take days off, take rest. Okay, don't overwhelm yourself, don't overwork yourself, but at the same time remember why you started. Okay, and don't fall into that trap of complacency and repeating the same things over and over again. Would I incorporate any reactions to medical series or vlogs? I definitely would do that in the future, something that I'm looking to doing. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Definitely I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I think that's about sums up all the questions. Yeah, thank you guys so much for asking. I'm so proud of how you guys came through with the comments. Like, you guys came through the comments, more than 700. So I'm really grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. And we have come to the most interesting part of this video. I had a number of you guys participating, and I'm really super grateful for each one of you who participated in the competition. I really appreciate you guys. Like, a round of applause to all of you. Yeah, so we had over 700 comments, you guys, and I really had to compile the comments, take time to go through and count each and every person who participated. And I also had to make sure that all the questions, because we had so many questions that were repetitive questions, I had to make sure that I check who was the original asker of the question, and then I don't count the others because it would only be fair, right? Yeah, so we had a total of 17 participants for this competition, and I managed to pick my top 3 who I'm going to start announcing. In third place with 98 questions, we have Naomi Mutalama with 98 questions in third place. So congratulations to you, Naomi. I'm so proud of you. So you have to contact me on Instagram, okay, to all the winners, so that I can get your details, your contact details, and I can send you the funds, okay? So congratulations to Naomi Mutalama. You have won 600 kwacha. Congratulations. In second place with 156 questions, 156 questions, we have no other than Nachi Muyus. A big congratulations to you, girl. I'm so proud of you. Contact me also on IG, leave me a DM so that I can get your details, money details, and know how to send you the funds, okay? And in first place with 269 questions, you guys, like 269 questions, we have no other than Precious K. I'm so proud of you, girl. Congratulations. So if you guys don't know, Precious K is also a YouTuber, and I'm gonna link her channel here. You guys can check out her videos and subscribe to her channel if you aren't already, okay? So a big congrats once more to all my winners. I'm super proud of you guys, and also a big thank you to each and every person who participated. I'm so glad you came through for the competition, and I do hope in the future we can have more amazing giveaways and competitions, and you guys can win more amazing prizes. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and yeah, let's keep subscribing, let's keep growing, road to 2,000 subscribers. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.